Namaskaram. Recently, I've been to the Kumbh and few things have become a little clearer for me. The revelation has been very clear within me that something that I've been experimenting for the past 2.5 years, it took certain fruition, and I feel it's an opportunity that everybody should capitalize on. So what I'm talking about is something called numerology. True, you are probably hearing about numerology left and right on so many platforms online. Essentially, it's a very big subject and it's very scientific in nature. It Today, if you really ask anybody about what numerology is, they say it came from the West. True, it did come from the West, but the point being, 1,000 years ago, I forgot the name of the Rishi that worked on it in India. That Rishi, parampara or the heritage, at some point they've been practicing and it left India, and we lost the practice in India, barring a few people in India, and it came back from the West, just like many things. What I have been experimenting specifically is I realized that I don't want to mess with people's karmas or talking about future, past and present. So I didn't focus on those areas. I focused specifically on the name part of it. Name becomes very important for a human being. You'll notice that as part of our life also, when you take on the Dvija means you get initiated under a guru, you get a new name. So name is absolutely significant because the sound of the name has a certain significance for a human being. So you can be named in 4 different ways normally. The first way is, say you have a guru and guru offers you a name. That is great, you have a name. And you don't question it, you don't think about it, you don't calculate whether the name is good or bad, you don't evaluate any of that, you take it as is. The second way people get names is sometimes they may have something called Kul Devta. That means within their community, they have their own Devta for their specific community. Sometimes names come from the Devta itself. It's a very rare scenario, but it does happen. When it comes from the Devi or Devta, you simply take it. So the third way is the numerology way of naming, which when I'm saying in the order of what is the best way to name your children or name yourself. Because numerology looks at your birth vibrations and sees what name suits you the best. And fortunately, the 2 gurus that have been teaching me for the past 2.5 years, where I've been experimenting on many people, one of them just taught me the basics. My main guru, he taught me 13 different dimensions of calculating a name. And this becomes very important because a lot of the times people simply use something called Chaldean method. You can find it online, which I've known like for many years also. It's like very popular. To pick a name, they think this number is good, that number is good. But no, there's no such thing as good number and bad number. All numbers are good and all numbers are bad, depending on what applies to you, what may not apply to you. So every person's life and context is different, but essentially there is a way that the Rishi gave us how to evaluate a person's name, to see that the name will not boggle them down. There are two things that can happen. For example, if you're given a name where, say for example, you're only capable of doing certain things, but the name has a lot of strength, then you will be very tired every day. You'll have a lot more than what you can handle. And we'll take the opposite. Say you're meant to do a lot of things, but then you're given a name with very poor strength. That is also a problem. It's like having a BMW car, but you're equipped with Maruti Suzuki engine, right? It will not help you. So the name is like your engine. What kind of engine you put in the body, it has to fit, number one, obviously, right? So if you can understand this much, name becomes very important in any person's life. And the fourth way people name is they simply go by whatever the elders in the family say, or whatever the mother or father decides to, whatever they feel like it. And generally they look at a typical astrological book called Panchang. They open the Panchang and say, oh, if you're born in this nakshatra, the starting letter has to be this, and based on that, which is, I'll be honest, it did not give results to anybody that I've been observing for the past 2.5 years. And so that's why when I'm saying this scientifically, it doesn't matter if it's proven over 1,000 years, but I have tested it for 2.5 years on many people, and I've seen the results. So right now I'm opening this opportunity to everybody, cost to everybody that would like to utilize. If you have newborn babies, please use this service. Use the opportunity. If you already have children and you want to rename them, a name that would suit them, that would actually help them go through this life properly, please do let us know. My guru was saying, Nishant, you should be charging 30 to 40,000 per person for this, because that's how powerful this technique is, and it takes many days. The effort it goes into it. For one of the names, it took me almost 2 months, because that's what the calculation involves. It's not, sometimes it works within 2 days. I have no problem with that. If it works in 2 days, that's great. But sometimes it doesn't work, because in one dimension it may work, in the other dimension it will show you the other face. So you have to look at the same thing in multiple angles. Only then you'll get the full picture. And that's the process I'm going through. So please make use of the opportunity. And do not miss this opportunity. Like I said, if you don't have the opportunity to name yourself or your children in the first method or second method, you please use this opportunity. Okay? This is once in a lifetime opportunity, and I don't know how many people this message will reach, but please do convey it to everybody. If we've gotten a lot of requests already, so we're working on it. So you have to be a little more patient with us. Hopefully one day I'll create a course where I can offer this to all of you, so you can learn, and hopefully you can do the same thing. Okay? Thank you very much. Namaskaram.